This is the newest album from Tobacco, aka Thomas Feck, who also fronts the experimental electronic outfit Black Moth Super Rainbow. Thomas has been putting out solo material for a while now, dating back to 2008 with Fucked Up Friends, and has amassed some pretty notable records like Maniac Meat and Ultima 2 Massage. He also collaborated with Aesop Rock on last year's Malibu Ken, which is an awesome record, highly recommend it. His last solo effort, Sweatbox Dynasty, came out a few years back, and I thought it was a decent album, but it started to also display signs of Thomas unknowingly drowning in his own ideas. A lot of the tracks were in vain of one another sonically and creatively, which ended up feeling like an album with not a whole lot of variety considering how homogenized I found the sound to be. Which ended up feeling like an album with not a whole lot of variety to offer, which is crazy considering his musical repertoire. And I think it continues on this album as well. While there are some notable highlights, they are not complemented with the most engaging cuts. Thomas's sound retains the thick, swirling acrylic obfuscated walls of psychedelic electronics with the drugged out vocoded vocals, and they work splendidly on a handful of tracks here. The opener Centaur Skin has a nice synthwave influence to it with the electro patterns. Headless to Headless has this stretched out rubbery texture that is transitioned into a lighter atmosphere in the second half with a nice vocal groove on top. The track Astatruth is a similarly coastal track. Chinese Aquarius uses these buzzing gradients accessorized with tolling bells. The vocal melody here is surprisingly catchy for how slurred the delivery is. The following JINMENKEN is a groovy track. The signature swirl and disembodied vocals bode nicely. The instrumental track Poisonous Horses is a nice change of pace. It has a huge meditative new age vibe to it that I really like. Body Double has the faulty fluorescent lead. The sound here has a nauseating energy to it. And I thought the closer Perfect Shadow was an oddly beautiful send-off, especially on the latter half of the track where the vocals and melody are quite emotive. But as for the rest of the album, the songs come off as ideas that were cast out into the sea. These songs come off as ideas that were cast out into the sea, didn't get any fish to bite, and were just left there inertly forever. The track Pit is a 2-minute expedition that has nothing to show for its crushing bass and awkward vocals. Sad by a Night is similar in the fashion that all of the moving parts here never come together. Speaking of parts never coming together, the poster child of that very notion on the album is the track Babysitter with 9 Inch Nails' Trent Reznor, whose attempt at a zany comedic contribution is so underwhelming. If the track didn't mention that it had Trent featured, I wouldn't have even noticed. And then you have a couple of underwhelming tracks near the end of the record like Road Warrior PISCES, MYTHEMIM, and Motherfucker 64 that, again, share too much in common for them to really stand out amongst each other. Overall, I think this is just another decent record for Thomas. Coming off of his last album, I had hoped he would have branched out to more creative outlets given his experience and musical acumen. But ultimately, it just comes out to what you expect a Tobacco record to sound like, and for me, I think Thomas is capable of more. If you like Black Moth Super Rainbow or previous Tobacco albums, or if you were looking for some woozy, disoriented electronic music, give it a shot. Those are my thoughts. What are yours? Let me know down below, and I will see you in the next video. I'd give it a...